Guys, DK back at you with another video here for the NBA main slate here on Tuesday. So we only got 4 games today, so pretty small slate. First, though, real quick, let's see how we did last night. So as you guys can see, it was another huge night for me. Almost took down GPP. Finished 9th out of, I believe it was 388 people in this GPP. So yeah, it was a very, very good night. My final lineup, I went with De'Aaron Fox, Tyreke Evans, Tobias, Sabonis, Miles Turner, Russell Westbrook, Montrezl Harrell, and Bogdanovic. So at the end of my video yesterday, I gave out my core, which was Fox, it was Evans, Sabonis, and Montrezl Harrell. Sabonis, for some reason, was really low owned. I mean, I expected Tyreke to be the chalk, but everyone else on Indiana was pretty low owned. I was very surprised about that because Oladipo's usage was so high and it had to go other places. I ended up going with Miles Turner as well, just because his price tag was so cheap. And it's really important to follow me on Twitter, guys, so I kind of give more updates as more news comes out. But I did say, I do think it's in Twitter, I did say I thought it was viable to play more than 2 Pacers. I did end up going with 3. I got onto Westbrook. So there was no official news of him being confirmed playing after lock, but he did go through shoot-around. So I assumed he was going to play, and I knew since he wasn't confirmed playing until after lock that he'd be very low owned. At 10.2, he's way too cheap, and he was at no minutes limit, so I locked and loaded Westbrook, and he did very well. Montrezl Harrell, you guys know, I play him almost every single day. He's on the slate again, and I will continue to play him every single time at his price. So I did have Buddy Hield in my core, but I kind of pivoted to get Tobias once Gallinari got ruled out. So I had to go down to Bogdanovic instead of Buddy Hield, and that did not work out too badly. At 4,000, he got me 27 fantasy points. So overall, it was a very, very good night. Like I said, I was close to taking down a GPP. De'Aaron Fox probably had his worst game of the season. He just couldn't hit any shots. If he knocks down a few more shots, first place was 5,000 here in this tournament. I ended up only winning 500, but I was a few points away from like 2,000. So I just needed him to hit a couple more shots. But I'm not complaining. Overall, it was a very, very good night. And yeah, I'm ready to look into the slate today. So again, very small slate, so this will be a pretty quick video. We only got 4 games. Okay, so let's start at the point guard position. We got Damian Lillard at 9.7K. I definitely think he's in play. Let's take a look at the over-under real quick for this game. So that's the last game of the night. I guess it's only 7. Okay, so there's no real late-night hammer. That's got an over-under of 220. The Nets and the Heat have an over-under of 215. The Clippers, Wizards have the highest over-under of 230. And the Raptors, Magic have an over-under of 220. So Damian Lillard at close to 10K. I don't know if I want to go there in this slate. Again, though, there's not a lot of really spend-up options. So I think Lillard could be pretty popular. John Wall at 9K. The Wizards are kind of a mess with Wall and Beal and just that whole team. Washington's a team I don't like seeing on the schedule because other than Wall and Beal, basically every other person on that team's minutes are so volatile. Markieff Morris, Otto Porter, Oubre, Jeff Green. So, sometimes they'll play 30 minutes, sometimes they'll play 15 minutes. You never know besides Wall and Beal. And actually in their last game, the Wizards, they just closed with the bench in a close game. They just sat all their starters. So Washington's is kind of a mess right now, but it is the highest over-under, so I definitely am considering John Wall. Kyle Lowry is questionable. I do think he'll end up playing. If he does sit, I think the direct pivot is to go to Fred VanVleet, even though VanVleet's at 4.9K. I kind of wish he'd be a little more cheaper than that, but I think if Lowry gets ruled out, I think I would still play VanVleet. So we got D'Angelo Russell at 7.3K. Again, he's not for the faint of heart. He's boom or bust. But he does have immense upside now with Karis LeVert out of the lineup. He's going to shoot the ball a ton. Not the best matchup in the world, but at 7.3K, I think that's a pretty fair salary for him. So Lou Williams, I would definitely have interest if Gallinari misses again. If Gallinari is back, maybe I'll look elsewhere. And Avery Bradley also came back last game, so that kind of mucked up the rotation a bit, kind of limited guys like SGA and Pat Beverly. Didn't really do much to Lou Williams. Lou Williams actually saw a couple more minutes. Let's see. Dinwiddie at 5.5K. I don't mind that play at all. We've seen he does have immense upside. He's also going to be the number 2 in the offense. He's going to shoot the ball a bunch. And he should see close to 30 minutes. So if you want to take the price discount on Dinwiddie, I don't mind it. I do think D'Angelo Russell has more upside, but Dinwiddie at a cheaper price. So Goran Dragic and Tyler Johnson actually just got ruled out for Miami. So that's going to open up a lot for the guard position. So I really do like Josh Richardson, as well as, I wish his price was cheaper, but D Wade is going to be back. He was out for a while for personal reasons, but he will be back, so it's not an injury. I don't think they'll limit him. So I do think he'll see, about 25 or so minutes. I just wish his salary was cheaper. If he was like 4K, I would be all over him. 4.8K, not as great of a play, but I'm definitely still considering him. Winslow at 4.5K. We've seen him run the points a little bit with Dragic out of the lineup, but his minutes are just not really secure. It's kind of 25 or 30 minutes maybe. Let's see. The whole New York point guard, the guard situation is a complete mess. Again, the Knicks are another team that I can't stand seeing on the slate because you just never know what's going to happen with minutes. Like, no one on that team's minutes are secure, basically, besides Hardaway, I would say, is the only one whose minutes are kind of secure. But you got Moutier, you got Trey Burke, who I think will be very popular today after putting up 40 fantasy points. You got Alonzo Trier, you got Nicotina. You just have a bunch of guards on the Knicks, and they just seem to be wanting to run like the deepest rotation ever. So these guards, they don't have a lot of minutes upside, but at 4.2K, I think Trey Burke's going to be really popular. I'm kind of undecided. It wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to fade him because I think he's going to be super, super popular. And there's a chance, he only sees 20 minutes and he's not knocking down his shots. I don't expect him to score 24 and 31 real-life points again. So there is merit to fading Trey Burke for GPPs. Okay, let's move on to shooting guard. So you got Kawhi Leonard at the top. He's kind of been disappointing this year. I will have interest in him if Kyle Lowry is out. If Kyle Lowry is in, I think I might look elsewhere. Beal, again, the whole Washington situation is a complete mess. I think I would prefer John Wall at 9,000 to Beal here, but that's not a terrible price for Brad Beal. It's just a complete mess. Josh Richardson, I do really like this play with Tyler Johnson and Dragic out. He's going to be forced to run the point a lot. He only saw 25 minutes against LA. Don't worry about that. He got in foul trouble. He should see his normal 35 to 40 minutes. And he has that block and steal upside. His assists should go up. I do expect him to be running the point a lot. So I do think Josh Richardson is firmly in play here. McCollum, just a guy I never really play. He's really scoring dependent to get fantasy points, and I would just prefer to play Damian Lillard. But again, Lillard is pretty expensive today. I guess for Portland, I think I prefer to play Nurkic over both those guys. I do prefer the bigs a lot today compared to the guards. Let's see, is there anything else down here? Evan Turner, I think this is a pretty fair play at 4.3K. With no Mo Harkless and no Seth Curry, his minutes are pretty secure. He's going to be running the backup point. And, he should see about 25, 30 minutes or so. He does have some upside. He has 40-point upside. And the matchup's very good against New York. So I don't mind taking a shot here at 4.3K for Evan Turner. Okay, let's move on to small forward. And we got Tobias Harris at 7.6K. If Gallinari gets ruled out again, I will be going right back to Tobias Harris and right back to Montrezl Harrell and just locking them both in once again. If Gallinari's back, I definitely have to consider how many Clippers do I want? I still think I would lock in Montrezl Harrell, but then I would kind of have to, do I want to play, how many Clippers do I want in my lineup? Because Lou Williams is also pretty appealing as well. So I would have to consider that. Aaron Gordon, I think he's going to be pretty low owned here at 6.9K. The matchup's not ideal, but he has shown some pretty good upside here. He's been a little consistent here, but he does have boom or bust. He definitely has some bust games, but also 50-point upside. Again, the matchup's not the best, so I think the ownership will be kind of low on him. Fournier, 5.6K. I think it's a fair play. Just never really a guy I like playing. Let's see. Kevin Knox at 4K. Again, the Knicks, the situation's a mess, but I think he's fairly priced. He definitely did not have a good game against Orlando, putting up 6 fantasy points. But I do think, he's a rookie. They want to give him minutes, so I assume he'll see around 25 minutes. And if he's going to see 25 minutes at 4K, I don't mind Kevin Knox for salary relief. So Mike Scott, last guy I'll talk about here at the small forward position at 3.3K. I would definitely consider him for sure if Gallinari's out. With Gallinari ruled out last game, he saw 28 minutes, put up 34 fantasy points. Do I think he's going to put up 34 fantasy points again? No. But if Gallinari's out again, his minutes should be pretty secure, about 25 or so. And I think he'll get you, a floor of 15 to 20 fantasy points at 3.3K. I'll take that all day. So the powered forward position, you guys know how I feel about Montrez. The only issue with him is he did pick up, I think it was an ankle injury, but he said he'll be ready to go against Washington. So just something to keep an eye on. Just make sure Montrez is for sure good to go and will not be limited. But yes, you guys know Montrezl Harrell. He's in my lineup no matter what. Again, the only reason I would not play him if he is going to be limited or he just gets ruled out. He's playing. I'm playing Montrezl Harrell. Great matchup against Washington. Don't fade him. Let's see. Siakam and Ibaka. More guys have interest in when Kawhi Leonard's out. With Kawhi Leonard in, I kind of look elsewhere. Toronto's a pretty deep team. And I don't know. I mean, Ibaka, he has shown some pretty good upside here. His minutes just aren't really there. And then Siakam, his minutes are a little more secure. But with Kawhi Leonard back, his usage should go down a bit. So I think both of those guys are fair plays. Again, like Otto Porter Jr., Markieff Morris, you never know what they're going to get minutes-wise. I mean, Markieff has literally gotten 39, 20, 21, 19, 15, 20. You don't know what the minutes are going to be. I hate seeing Washington because he's basically just going to play the hot hands. You never know. Let's see. Let's look at Jeff Green. I mean, he's been a little more consistent, but 34, 21, 20, I don't know. It's just these Washington peripheral pieces are so frustrating. I mean, if you guess right on these guys, it's gonna be good for you, but it's just so hard to predict. At 3.9K, I really like this price tag for Noah Vonleh. Now, he hasn't really shown the upside in recent games. 15, 14, 16, 21. The minutes are a little volatile, but he should see a floor of 20 minutes with upside of 30 minutes. So maybe he starts off pretty hot and they give him more minutes. And we have seen Vonleh does have some pretty good upside. He is a double-double machine when he gets the minutes. So I just think that salary at 3.9K is pretty enticing. Jonathan Isaac, I would have interest in if the kind of minutes limit is gone, which we did kind of see last game. So they limited in the first 2 games back, 16 and 17. And then you saw 24 against the Knicks. So it kind of looks like his minutes limit is restricted at 3.5K. That salary is too cheap. I won't be afraid of the matchup. Again, he's not really for the faint of heart either. He's so injury prone with his ankles. So there's probably honestly a 20% chance he rolls his ankle and is out for the game. But I think I will take that risk at 3.5K. Let's move on to the center position. Again, I love the center position today. I kind of sound like a broken record in these videos, but I always love going with the 2 center lineup. So Vucevic at 8.3K. He's shown immense upside here. So not the best matchup. Ibaka, they'll probably start with Ibaka. And Ibaka's a pretty good defender, but Vucevic has just been insane recently. So at 8.3K, I think that's just too cheap. Whiteside, I can't stand this guy. He's kind of like Andre Drummond for me. He's so inconsistent. I mean, there's games where he will just completely dominate, completely take over, and then there's just games where he'll completely just disappear, and you never know which one is going to be. You never know if you're going to get the good Whiteside or the bad Whiteside. He also gets in foul trouble a lot. I mean, I do love targeting centers against Brooklyn. I think he'll be pretty low on tonight. I don't know if I can go there today. So Nurkic at 7.4K. I really like the salary. I don't think it's up there enough. Terry Stotts is finally starting to close with him. He only saw 23 minutes against Minnesota. That was because of a blowout. He should see, close to 30 minutes. And when he gets 30 minutes, Nurkic has huge upside. He definitely has 50-point upside. Against the Knicks, too. Mitchell Robinson, I'm not afraid of his defense. Definitely not afraid of ENES KANTER defense. So I think Nurkic has huge upside today. Now we got ENES KANTER at 6.3K. And again, these Knicks guys, how inconsistent are these minutes? 41, 30, 20, 26, 22, 15, 38. You don't know. You literally don't know. He could get 15, 20 minutes. He could play the whole game. It's literally like insane with these guys. And that's why I don't like seeing these teams on the schedule, because it's impossible to predict. But with the salary 6.3K, I think today on a short slate, again, I'm going to be sticking mainly to GPPs. I think I will take a shot at ENES KANTER because he does have huge upside. Dwight Howard at 6.2. He's listed as questionable. If he gets ruled out, I mean, I got Mahimi will probably pick up a start, but I don't know if I want to go there. Washington has shown they want to run a lot of small ball. And with the Clippers, they would probably roll with Montrez at the center, so Washington could roll like a small ball lineup. So even if Dwight Howard gets ruled out, I don't think Mahimi would be a great value play. Dwight Howard plays. I mean, there's other centers I like more, so I think I'll pass. So Jared Allen at 5.7K. Been very productive for the last couple games. The thing I like is 32 and 28 minutes each of the last two games. So, I mean, if they're going to stick to this trend, Jared Allen should see about 30 minutes. And Miami plays big. They got Whiteside. And then when Whiteside's out, they can bring in Bam, or they can play Kellyo. So they do have a lot of bigs. So I think they will need Jared Allen to play some good minutes here. And he does have pretty good upside. So at 5.7K, I think he is firmly in play. As far as cheap centers, no one really here of interest for me. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Again, keep it light today. It's only 4 games, and yeah, I won't be giving my core today just because it's such a small slate. But you will get. I am for sure playing Montrezl Harrell if he's not limited today. Just lock and load him. But yeah, if you have been enjoying the content, guys, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section, or you could go over and follow me on Twitter and shoot me a DM, shoot me a tweet. But yeah, I will be back on Wednesday. I think we got a pretty big slate for the main slate, so I will see you guys then.